Hello, my name is Lon Safko. Wait a minute. No. Hello, my name is Lon Sands, co-author of the Social Media Bible, published by John Wiley & Sons, the most comprehensive book ever written on the subject of social media. And today we are here in Second Life, how do you like that, in the Social Media Bible Garden with Mark Kingdon. Wait a minute. No, that's M. Linden, the CEO of Linden Labs and creator of Second Life Virtual Environment. And we'll be speaking today about social media, virtual environments, and of course we'll be talking a lot about Second Life. So Mark, or M, excuse me, truly, it's great to have you here today. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. It's wonderful to be able to do this in Second Life. Terrific.
This is really exciting. I mean, I've had a lot of firsts in technology, and I got to tell you, this is the first of the first that I've ever actually done an interview in a virtual environment, and to be able to participate in Second Life and to be able to sit on the same bench and speak with you, that's quite a big deal. So thank you for coming out today.
Well, it's wonderful to be able to do it, to talk about social media and really to do it in the context of one of the most important social media platforms of our time, right? The virtual world.
Yeah, I totally agree, and we had some conversation as the people were coming in about why we chose Second Life to go into the Social Media Bible, and in my opinion, honest to goodness, Second Life to me is the epitome of what social media is. I mean, trusted networks. Anytime you have 1 million people in the same place, that's a trusted network. And just look around at the user-generated content. I mean, I think it just spikes all of the categories.
It does. There's something like 2 billion items in the database of content and scripts that Second Life residents have created. It's a really powerful platform for co-creation, for collaboration, and just generally for creating amazing things.
Yeah, and I got to agree, too. I mean, at the last minute when you had suggested that we do this interview here in Second Life, Jeannie and Jim Gustafson and Stephen Groves, we all kind of got together and put this garden together. But honestly, it was such a collaborative effort from everybody participating. We couldn't have done it, any one of us, done it on our own. And I think, again, that really exemplifies what social media stands for.
You did a great job, I have to say. It's a really terrific space, and this is so much better than just doing a basic teleconference or even a video conference. It's just wonderful to see the creativity that went in this and the good-looking avatars in the audience.
They're pretty interesting. If you notice the invitation, we're getting feedback. The invitation says the dress for today will be business casual, or any kind of weird avatar you have.
When we do a lot of our meetings at Linden Lab inside of Second Life, I would say that I spend anywhere from probably 1 to 4 hours a day in Second Life. And as you can imagine, because folks at Linden Lab are so involved in the Second Life experience, that we have an amazing array of creative avatars. You can have jellyfish, tugboats, beagles, piles of rocks. It's just an endless array of crazy avatars. It's a blast.
That is amazing. You and I, we've been talking about social media and Second Life as if everybody understood what Second Life was. For the couple of people who have actually grown up in a cave and haven't experienced this, can you please just tell our listeners what Second Life is?
Sure. Second Life is really a platform and a set of content creation and collaboration tools that users use to populate this incredible three-dimensional environment, this virtual reality with really immersive experiences. So Second Life is a destination, but it's a destination that's really created by the residents, using the platform and tools that we provide. And we have, over the last 60 days, I think 1.2 million logins have occurred as people come to Second Life. So it's a really rich and vibrant community with members from literally every country in the world.
And that's one of the things that I find very exciting about Second Life is you can walk around all the different environments, and they vary, everything from Egypt to the Yucatan Peninsula to Paris, and you're actually bumping into people, avatars, but they're not cartoon characters. They are representations of real people from around the globe that otherwise you never would have the opportunity to meet and interface with.
That's right. I spend some of my time on the help islands when new residents are joining, and we have people coming in from all over the world, and the way they express themselves, just beyond their language, but in the choices they make with their avatars as they create their in-world personas is staggering. It's really an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, I get a big kick out of that. And how do individual users, how are they actually using Second Life? What do you think the individual is doing with Second Life?
Well, the amazing thing about Second Life is kind of the breadth of the use cases, right? So Second Life, just like the real world, is incredibly diverse, and the audience, the user base, is incredibly diverse. So the use cases are as broad in Second Life as experiences would be in the real world. So, people use Second Life to go to a live music venue and hear a concert in an intimate setting. They use it to go shopping with friends. They use it to, create a personal space like their own home that they can enjoy in the virtual world. They use it to connect with other people around a common interest, a common concern, a common problem they share. Companies use it to work together to create products in a rapid cycle product development process. Companies use it for virtual meetings, for virtual learning. This summer, ArcelorMittal had the first shareholders meeting in Second Life. Educators use it to connect with students around the world, to do research together. Governments, use it to connect with their constituents. The list just goes on and on and on because, Second Life is so broad and all-encompassing.
And that's absolutely amazing. And the Social Media Bible really is going to be geared more towards business and how to use these social media tools. And my research on Second Life and my participation over the last year has shown that there really are a lot of different Fortune 500, Fortune 2000 companies that are using Second Life really as a practical business tool. Can you name any specific applications or companies that you can think of?
Sure. I mean, the list is really, really long. It's companies like IBM, Sun, Intel, Dell, Orange, British Telecom, ArcelorMittal, whom I just mentioned, Cigna. Lots and lots of companies around the world are using Second Life in their business, whether it's ArcelorMittal having a shareholders meeting, whether it's Cigna, creating a health island where their customers can connect with health information in a unique way, whether it's Cisco doing a developers conference Q&A in Second Life. The use cases are really, really broad.
And I got to tell you that for over a year, we've actually been doing business in Second Life. If you go to the third floor of the building just to your right, we do something called three-dimensional advertising. They're paper models. And if you look on the tables on either side, you'll see that last year we went to work with the American Cancer Society and helped them dedicate their island. And the photo that's sitting on the table closest to Esteban Graves is the memory tree, the American Cancer Society's memory tree. And the cool thing is that the avatars, which are virtual representations, of course, of real people, can tour this virtual island, meet other people, survivors, caregivers, health providers. But as they enter the American Cancer Society, they were actually able to click on the virtual representation of this tree, and then a PDF would download to their actual computer, and then with a little glue and scissors, they can actually recreate in First Life this paper model of the representation of the tree in Second Life. So we've kind of bridged this First Life, Second Life crossover with the three-dimensional advertising, and I got to tell you, that's one of the most exciting concepts I've ever seen, to be able to go from virtual to real life.
I love that. I'm gonna download the PDF and get out my scissors. I think one of the things that we're seeing, Lon, with Second Life is that, and with virtual worlds in general, is that there's increasing crossover with the real world, with the physical world. Whether it's bringing, sometimes we call those mixed reality events, where you're bringing video or information in from the real world, and then connecting it with it in the virtual world. And then the example you used, I think, is really wonderful, where something is created in the virtual world and then it's extended to the real world. One of the things that companies are doing is testing products, creating toys and the like that you can interact with in Second Life, and then using what they learn there as a basis for real-world toy creation. So I think as we look forward in the virtual world space, we'll see a lot more of that sort of crossover between virtual world and real world, as you described.
Yeah, I think that's really exciting also, that they could actually test prototypes, conceptual design toys in a virtual world. I mean, it's kind of like some of the $100 million systems, $500 million systems that Boeing is using to design airplanes, where you can design it and then see the point of view from the passenger seat, whether or not they can see the exit signs adequately. But within this environment, and really, it's free.
Right. I mean, it's an amazing way to experience a product before it's built. And I think that we've only just started to scratch the surface on the possible, right? I mean, because up until now, I think that we were in very much an exploratory phase in the virtual world space. But what we're seeing now is companies come back, a second and third time, trying, new ideas and new approaches to doing business.
Absolutely. And one of the things that's been kind of controversial is whether or not businesses have actually figured out how to monetize within Second Life, how to use it. Now, there's no doubt that corporations are saving money by bringing everybody together into a virtual environment such as Second Life for meetings and presentations. I love that concept. And just in defense of monetizing, the American Cancer Society, for example, last year when we had the Relay for Life, if you look to your left, that's a kiosk that we did a paper model design of. We had an international art contest and brought in Second Life designers from all over the world, and we chose the 12 finalists and then eventually picked a winner. And that was actually released at the Relay for Life. But the point that I'm getting at is that the American Cancer Society raised nearly $200,000 within Second Life.
I was really impressed by that campaign. I thought it was a hugely powerful use of the medium, and I know here at the lab we were all really inspired by what was achieved. It was huge, really epic.
And Stephen Groves across from us is heading up that event again this year, and I'm kind of excited about participating once again in Second Life to help make the American Cancer Society a big success. Here's the question also that comes up. Linden Labs, how do you guys actually monetize this? How do you make money at this? I mean, it's an incredible platform.
Yeah, well, we have a very simple business, which is that we sell land, on the platform so that people can create this amazing world, and it's through the sale of land and the maintenance fees that we get that we're able to provide this platform. So
basically, a virtual landlord.
Yeah, we're a virtual landlord. We sell land, collect a maintenance fee, and then there's some other fees that we charge, but that's the bulk of our income, and much of that we reinvest in making the platform ever better.
Oh, that's absolute. Almost every other time I log on, there's another download, a new version of it, and it just keeps on getting better. Kudos to the developers, there's no doubt. If an individual, say, wanted to log on to Second Life and actually become part of this incredible experience. Is it expensive for an individual? I mean, what's the process there?
No, it's free for an individual. So you can log in, you can sign up, download the viewer, and create your account, and fully enjoy Second Life without spending a nickel or a Linden, because we have our own micropayment currency. So it's free. The accounts are free. And then if you want to buy land, obviously there is a charge for that. And if you want to buy clothes for your avatar, then you need some Linden dollars to buy clothes from the in-world merchants.
And which, by the way, the cost inside of Second Life of everything using Lindens is very, very reasonable. I think I got this absolutely sporting suit. I think I paid $4.
Yeah, and that would be considered extraordinarily high-end, an extraordinarily high-end suit. So the great thing is, and it's a great suit, by the way. The great thing about Second Life is you can get a haircut for a couple of bucks, a suit for a couple of bucks, and shoes for less than that. So for less than the cost of a movie, you can trick out your avatar.
I like that. Trick out your avatar for less than the cost of a movie. That's cool. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell us? Is there any kind of secrets that you can share with us, something that's coming down the road, or summarize what you guys are about?
Well, one of the things I can tell you is that we're really working hard to listen to our user base and to understand what our core customers are looking for in the platform. And one of the really important customer segments that we want to develop further is the enterprise customer segment. So we've been listening to enterprise customers very closely to understand what their specific needs are, so that as we make adjustments and changes and improvements to the core Second Life platform, it's more supportive of enterprises and educational institutions, for example. So I think keep your eyes peeled, because over the next year there are going to be a lot of things that we do with and to the platform to enable business in a substantial way, as we continue to support our core audience around the world.
Well, honestly, Mark, I want to personally thank you for creating an incredible environment. I just love doing business in here, and over the next several years, our plan with my companies are to expand as much as we possibly can in here, because I think it's the next environment. It's the next way we're going to interface with the Internet, and I think everybody needs to be in here, and everybody will be eventually.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, the folks at Linden Lab have done a really, really heroic job, sort of paving the way for the virtual world and creating this this incredible thing called Second Life. And I'm just I've recently joined the company, and I'm a steward of really of all the great things that have been done so far. It's exciting, and there's a wonderful and vibrant future ahead, and I look forward to seeing you here as you grow your presence in Second Life.
That's great. Could you tell our listeners how they can find out more about you, or log on, sign up?
Sure. Just go to www.secondlife.com, and you can register there and join us in World.
That's awesome. I'd really like to thank Mark Kingdon, M. Linden, the CEO of Linden Labs, creator of Second Life Virtual World, for being with us here today and speaking about Second Life and social media and virtual worlds. And wow, Mark, truly, thank you for coming out here today.
My pleasure, Lon. Thank you so much.
This has been Lon Safko, Lon Sands, the co-author of the Social Media Bible, coming to you from the Social Media Bible Garden here in Second Life. Be sure to check out our other valuable social media tactics, tools, and strategies that can be found in the Social Media Bible book and its companion website, www.thesocialmediabible.com. And if you'd like to visit the Social Media Bible Garden, please come on over. We are at Penastri, 159-203-20. That's PINASTRI 159-203-20. And for more information about me, Lon Safko, please visit my website at www.lonsafko.com. And again, Mark, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you for coming out today.
Great pleasure, Lon. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, and we're out. Stephen?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you, Lon. I think the interview went off well. Kudos and congratulations to you too, for really just conducting a really great interview.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just going to say thank you.
We had a ball. There are two questions already that we've got from the audience, so let me go ahead and start with a couple of them if you've got a few more minutes.
Of course.
Great. One of them has to do with whether or not there's any correlation between the madness going on in the market that we all see around the financial world, and if there's any impact that you've seen carrying over into the Linden environment.
Haven't seen any yet. The in-world economy continues to grow, and I don't know that we have enough. We're not old enough as a company to really have experienced any kind of global recession before, so it's hard to predict. But we're not seeing anything yet. And there is evidence in other categories like video games that in recessionary periods, people actually stay home and enjoy alternative forms of entertainment, and maybe that's what Second Life can be in this difficult period it appears we're entering.
Great, I agree. I think there's an awful lot of opportunity for Second Life to fill in a lot of people and to do it at a very cost-effective way and really in a very entertaining way. But that sort of keys into the next question we've got from Tynan, that is interested in being able to find out, first off, she wants to thank us all very much for conducting the interview. And number two is, do you have any real tips where she could help her friends in the social media world understand that Second Life is not really a game, and it's not a way that we're just playing Barbie dolls. And she's invited people to IBM events and more, but they still don't really get it. What kind of tips would you give her to talk to her friends and to talk to the social media community about why Second Life isn't really a game, but what is it?
Well, I think one of the things that we need to do a better job of in the virtual world industry generally, and then for those of us here at Second Life, is to start to point out the relevant use cases. And that's one of the things that we're going to do from kind of a marketing and outreach perspective moving forward, is identify the things that are really compelling about Second Life and highlight those in a more thoughtful way so that people see real examples and real demonstrations of all that's possible. Because the thing about Second Life, if you look at the experience, is that it really takes several hours in-world before you're comfortable with the medium, and then you're on your way to discovering great content. And then, after about the third hour, you kind of have an aha moment, and you see that all that's possible, and then you really start your process of exploration. And two things that we're working on, one is finding those kind of points of relevance for people and highlighting them more thoughtfully in our marketing. That's one. The second is just making the experience easier so that we can bring people to the things that make Second Life great more easily and more quickly.
I agree. The other day I was at an event at Orange Island where they were having a panel discussion on ways to improve the user interface. And it was a very lively discussion for sure.
Yeah, we have a really significant project underway on just that, which is to substantially simplify the first hour experience for new users. And as part of that, we're looking at the viewer and how we create a viewer that is really effective for new users given their needs.
Sure, finding a way of simplifying it. A question from Oliver. Oliver asked a question, what does Linden think of the other social platforms, the other metaverse platforms, like Home and Lively, and do you see, I would follow on with a question after that about whether or not we see any connecting of the metaverse from these different platforms.
Well, first of all, we're really excited to see all of the new entrants into the space, because I have to tell you, and this is especially true when Lively came out, when someone like Google comes into your market space, I guess you could be a little bit nervous that you're getting some, I guess, really powerful competition. But the way I look at it is that it validates the space, and it says, listen, this is real. This is a business opportunity, and it's to be taken really seriously. So all the competitive entrants, I think, are validating our space in a really, really unique and wonderful way. First point. Second point is, over time, and this is something that we've been focused on as well, we're going to see these virtual worlds in many cases be interconnected. And we at Second Life are advocates of these interconnections, and this is one of the things that we've been working on with IBM, our whole interoperability initiative. We'd like to see these virtual worlds connected so that people can move, comfortably and thoughtfully between them. And we think that that's a really important part of a vibrant and growing future for the virtual world space.
Awesome. Awesome. I agree.
Kind of an open
Okay, well, we've got questions asked and answered. We've got an opportunity here to ask any other questions we might of M. Linden and Mark Kingdon. Any other questions before we wrap up? Okay. Then, Lon, back to you for the wrap-up. And again, thanks so much, Mark. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you, really, truly, all of us for coming out here, and especially to Jeannie and Jim and to Steve for putting together the social media garden, and everybody who participated in this. Thank you so much. And really, thank you for taking the time out of your business days to come and to join us here. And a special thanks, really, truly, from the bottom of my heart, Mark. Thank you for coming out today. This really meant a lot to all of us.
Well, it's my pleasure, and thank you so much for for your passion for Second Life. It's wonderful and it's inspiring, and for everybody who came today to listen to our discussion, thank you, and thank you for your great questions, and thank you for your interest in and commitment to Second Life. Thanks a lot.